Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to quickly take you guys through an absolutely awesome Steam game deal from our friends over at Fanatical. Want to cover a couple of other deals on their sales that they're running right now. They've got a Gaming Legends sale going on. Yo, call your sales whatever you want. There are good deals to be had all across the board when you're talking PC gaming. You can call it... I don't even care what these sales are called at this point. I feel like every e-tailer's got some wild names for their sales, but they've got great deals. That's what matters, and Fanatical's always a great spot to pick your stuff up. So, right off the bat, the deal that I want to highlight, a great game to play on the Steam Deck as well for those of you that have a deck, Mad Max, 88% off for $2.49. You guys, I would put this in the absolutely awesome category. Mad Max is a super underrated game. It came out back in 2015, and me just saying that out loud made me realize that this is going to be the year that Mad Max is 10 years old come September the 1st. And that date is so ingrained in my memory because I remember the day this game came out. Why do I remember that day? Not because of Mad Max, because Metal Gear Solid 5 came out on the same day. And what a game to go up against. You know, both open world games. What game y'all think got the bulk of the attention? Even if all of the attention on MGS5 wasn't positive, MGS5 was all over the headlines that day. However, Mad Max turned out to be a great game in its own right. Not as good as MGS5, but a solid open world game. The narrative got good by the end. Great combat. And the thing that stood out to me about this game back in 2015 is how well this game performed. Yes, it takes place in a desert, it's barren emptiness a lot of the times, but man, the performance in this game was stellar, and that's why I say that even on the deck, one of the better games to play on the deck, and it's a worthwhile game to go through, and for $2.49, excellent deal. Might not be a game I would recommend at a full $50, $60. Definitely when it came out, I don't think I was shouting at the rooftops being like, yo, go spend $50 on it, but at $2.49, I think this is a great title and absolutely would recommend you to check it out. Unfortunate, we're probably, I mean, I don't even have to say probably, we're never getting a sequel on this game, which is always a bummer, but you know, for a contained game like this, if you want to just view it as the one game, I still think it's worthwhile to go through, and yeah, for $2.49, just an excellent deal, and one of those games that, wild to think about, it's 10 years old, but it came out in that era where I feel like that era of gaming was still trying to come into its footing. We were coming off of that PS3 360 era where developers were putting out games so quickly, and then we were kind of in that in-between period for games to start developing into these 5-10-year development cycles, and this games like Shadow of Mordor kind of stuck in that era of games not being as crazy big budget as they are now, but still worthwhile to go through. And I actually prefer this era of gaming and even the one before that than this era of gaming that we're in now. I just think the game budgets have gone crazy, but that's another topic for another day. It's gonna be an interesting game. I think people will go back and play through it over the years, and one of those games that even you can tell over the years people have gone back and played it and been like, man, this game really deserves a sequel. It's a really solid game. It's not, you know, releasing on the same day as MGS5 was never gonna be a good outcome for them, but ultimately had a little bit of a lasting effect on the people that did play it. So had a great time with it. $2.49, great deal on that. A couple of other deals I do want to know. Metro Exodus Gold Edition is down to $3.99. I usually recommend the Metro Saga bundle just because that goes on sale for like, you know, $9, but to get just Exodus, which a lot of you guys already have 2033 and Last Light, the thing with Exodus is it was an Epic Game Store timed exclusive, and when that happens, when a game is a timed exclusive on Epic Game Store and ultimately comes out on Steam, a lot of people, first of all, they don't go to the Epic Game Store, and then when it does come out on Steam, you're already a year removed from the game coming out, you lose interest in it, you don't really even remember. You know, gaming's a very what have you done for me lately kind of industry. It's on to the next one. Gaming is always going to be like that. There's so many games coming out at any given time that a 1-year delay isn't that big of a deal, but then when you ultimately decide to come out, you might not get as much attention, and I'm not saying that's what happened on with Exodus in specifically, but it just happens with games in general. Look at the reception for FF7 Rebirth as that game came out on Steam versus Remake, and Rebirth is the direct sequel. Remake had an Epic Game Store timed exclusivity period and a timed exclusivity period on PS5. Timed exclusivity, like I said, just ain't gonna do anybody a lot of good except for those devs that got a bag from Epic Games. But Exodus, a solid game. The Gold Edition also gives you the DLC content, and it's worthwhile to go through. I did like 2033 and Last Light better. Exodus has a more open design, but still an incredibly compelling single-player, atmospheric first-person shooter, and that's the element of Metro that I always go back to. The atmosphere in these games are so well done and very much different than the majority of FPSs that you're gonna play. Most FPSs, unless it's a Stalker, and yes, Stalker absolutely has this as well, they don't build an incredible, engrossing atmosphere, and there's, you know, first-person titles that certainly do, but they're few and far between in terms of first-person shooters, if you're looking at, you know, the CODs of the world. Although, shout out to Black Ops 6's campaign, actually fairly well done. But, yeah, Exodus, a solid game all around, and for $3.99 with the DLC. Absolute no-brainer there. Definitely check it out. Again, would recommend you to play 2033 and Last Light first. Let me just actually quickly check if 2033 and Last Light are on sale, and they are. 2033 Redux is just $1.99, and Last Light is $1.99 as well. So you can get all three games if you want. You can pick and choose whatever you want. If you want to jump right into Exodus, go for it. If you want to, you know, pick up the other two, go for it. At this price point, definitely a no-brainer. And then lastly, want to give a shout because I feel like it's relevant right now. Sid Meier's Civilization 6 Anthology, 91% off for $8.50. Yes, this is typically $100. Civ is going to be one of those games and one of those franchises that playing these games on day one is not going to lead you to have the best experience possible. Is it going to lead to you having a decent experience? Sure, but these are games that are updated extensively over time, and I think you're seeing that a lot with Civ 7. People complain, and not, like, complaining makes it sound like it's negative in the sense that people shouldn't be complaining, but no, it's right, like, you know, lack of content, missing features, etc., etc. I feel like the Civ games have gone through this cycle every time out, and, you know, I'm not a big Civ guy these days. I spend time with Civ 5, but I can't speak on it much more beyond that. But, yeah, if you want Civ 6, the older game, the Anthology with a lot of bonus content, that's $8.50. Wait for Civ 7 to get more content updates. Wait for it to get cheaper, because I know a lot of people paid the premium for the premium edition, for the fake early access, and, you know, they didn't feel all too great about it. But, you know, if you're buying Civ premium editions, you kind of should know what you're getting yourself into. But, you know, it'll get better. I'm sure of that. I believe Civ 7 right now is at, like, a mixed reception on Steam. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. The Anthology here, $8.50 on that. But that is going to do it for me. Again, go check out Mad Max. That price point is absolutely insane. $2.50 is a great pickup on that for a really solid game. And again, really good on the Steam Deck as well for $2.50. No-brainer there. Metro Exodus Gold Edition, solid shout there with the DLC. I know a lot of you guys already have 2033 and Last Light, so good to have a standalone deal on that. And Civ 6, excuse me, I was about to say Civ 7, Civ 6 Anthology, $8.50 for that. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.